know what the right decision is, you know what it is that you're supposed to be doing, and you probably made a decision, you probably set a foot down with yourself. This is what I'm going to tell this person, this is what I want to do in this conversation, or I need to break up in this relationship, or I decided that I was going to go home from the bar after X amount of drinks, and we just don't. And we keep on seeing ourselves self-sabotaging. Now, let me tell you, this is not a motivation problem, it is not a procrastination problem, and it's not a discipline problem. It's something much more interesting. And once I broke through this understanding, my whole mindset changed, and then I was able to push forward in a completely different way with compassion and self-care. If this resonates with you, remember to hit subscribe, as I will be speaking about a lot of very common topics about what we struggle with in normal life and how to solve it. My name is Shanti. I am a coach transforming people from being ambitious to actually performing, executing, and delivering on their dreams and goals. So let's get into it. Basically, what's happening is that as soon as you're coming into the moment where you want to change direction from how you used to do things and into how you now want to do it. Let's say that you're in a relationship, which is very, very common, and it's time to let that relationship go. You want to have the difficult conversation, but in the last minute, you back out. You don't want to have it. Or maybe it's a different thing, is that you want to go working out and you signed up for the gym membership. I'm sure so many of us recognize ourselves, but when it comes to the moment to get at the door, we don't. We land on the sofa and flick on our favorite thing, and we know what's best for us. We know what the right decision is, yet we don't. And this is not a problem of discipline. You're not broken. It's not a flaw. It's about the thing about self-protection, which is staying in the familiar and in the known. This is the moment that we come to the fork of the road. It means that this self-sabotage is not about self-destruction, that you don't want the best for yourself. You do want the best for yourself. But there's another part of you that usually is referred to as the ego. Now, the ego wants to keep us safe. Safe for the ego means keeping things the same in a predictable manner. So staying on the sofa feels very safe compared to going outside the door, going into the gym, what people you're going to meet there. It's definitely going to be tough. You're going to maybe be sweating or putting yourself through something uncomfortable because you're working out. So your wiring, your neurological pathway is bringing you back into the old habit, which is staying on the sofa. Your nervous system is constantly trying to balance out everything that is feeling uncomfortable or resistant. So it's pulling you into what is perceived as the safe zone. And it has a hard time distinguishing between what is opportunity and what is maybe a threat. So the opportunity to go and work out still means that it's uncomfortable, so then it moves into perceiving it as a threat to being comfortable. So once you kind of lock into this, that this self-sabotaging is actually self-protection to keep you safe, you can start working with it. Number one, we start re-identifying ourselves as someone who is daring, understanding of ourselves, and wanting to take new opportunities. This is a great way of saying, I'm a person who is okay with being uncomfortable. I'm okay with having these moments or maybe an hour workout to be uncomfortable for the long haul that's benefiting me. So once you start saying, I am a person who doesn't mind being comfortable, I am working through it, and I do go through it, it becomes much, much easier. The second thing is that we start moving away from fear of change. I have a different video on this as well. And we do it little by little. So we practice being uncomfortable and doing the things that we are afraid of little by little. So if we are afraid of failure, For instance, we do something that we could potentially fail at, and then if we do fail, we become happy about it and handle it and process it, which again is a different topic, but it's so interesting because at one point we will become so good at failing that it's not failing, it's just forward movement into our life. And once we start identifying as a person who moves into the fear, moves into uncomfortability, and also become really good at it, we become much calmer, and your nervous system will not start kicking off as soon as something starts changing. And at that point, we can take on quite big change. We can change our job, we can change where we live, we can change our relationships, we can have the really difficult conversations because we have a foundation of a strong identity and lots of experiences where we already practice this whole set. And we won't be getting in our own way anymore. Our nervous system and our ego is much more chilled out and doesn't perceive the opportunities as threats anymore. It perceives the opportunities as opportunities of something new and exciting. How to go about it? One more thing. When we are in that moment, when it is the time to step out of the door, that's the moments we need to start being extra observant, extra awareness. This is the fork in the road. We have a decision here. And this is when we go inside and we start looking and watching how are we reacting. And soon you will see that yes, there is a fear there. And at that moment, we can choose. We can choose to observe. We can choose to go the comfortable way. And we can choose to observe and then still do one step out the line. If we are really afraid of going to the gym or we just think it's so annoying, well, go and get it closed or get out the door. Just take the first step. Don't think about the whole way over there, all how annoying and frustrating it's going to be there and you have to lift weights or what it is that you do. Just take the first step. I'm in the fork of the road. I'm learning to observe every moment that I come in and I have a choice. And what is the next step? Next step is pack the gym bag. After the gym bag, okay, get my shoes, get my coat, get out the door. After getting out the door, what I do, just one step at a time, and it becomes much, much easier. So self-sabotage is not a character flaw. You don't have huge lack of discipline. You just have a really built up self-protection system where your ego and your nervous system wants to keep you in the familiar. So the solution is practice the unfamiliar, practice the uncomfortable, and your ego and your nervous system will calm down in holding you back. So if you enjoyed this video, if you want to hear more, remember to hit subscribe. And if you want to work with me, I offer a 30-minute free consultation at shantiaroundtheworld.com. And there you can have a chat with me about where you are today and where you want to go.